Okay, I'm going to make a real quick video about oiling the P-01. There's a lot of different schools of thought. Some people want grease on a pistol. Some people want oil. Some people only use CLP. But I was asked to do a video about lubing the P-01. So let's say you just cleaned your pistol with a cleaner, say Hops number 9 or maybe something from Clean Bore or Otis or whatever. So now you've got some oil. You're going to oil your pistol before you put it into service. I'm kind of lucky. I've got a kind of a cheat sheet pistol. Mine's well worn enough that I can see the areas that need lube. I call them the apply oil here areas. You can see them on the slide, see it on the barrel. Any area that's shiny means that the paint was rubbed off or the finish was rubbed off, so you might want to put some oil on there. Same thing on the frame, on this block, these rails here. I'm going to try and do this real quick so it's a short video and you don't get bored, start falling asleep halfway through. You want to make sure you get the rails. Now, here in the rail there's actually 3 points of contact. Okay, you've got the bottom, the side, and then the top, and it's kind of hard to show in the video, but basically 3 sides. So in order to coat all 3 sides, you have different options. Okay, you can place a drop of oil, let the oil slide down, tilt the pistol point up in the air, the oil will slide down. Gravity will take care of it. Another way is to take a Q-tip. This one's a little dirty because I have been trying to film this a couple times already, and put it in there. If you get the Q-tip wet enough with the oil, you will push through, get just the right amount of sheen of oil, not too much, not too little, and you'll get all the surfaces that need to be addressed. You can also go from the back, make sure I get in camera, here and here. What I like to do is take a pipe cleaner from the cigar shop, put CLP on the tip, and run it down the rails real quick. I also like to keep that area right there lubed. It's where the frame slides up against the trigger as it goes through its cycle of operations. Right here on this block is where the barrel sits. And you'll see, show you real quick, the barrel sits right here and rubs up against it and during the cycle of operations. So what that does is the barrel's made out of steel, the frame is made out of aluminum. Guess which wins? The barrel does. I don't want that to happen, so I want to keep a nice coat of oil. Same thing, put a drop or wet a Q-tip and rub it around. The slide, you want to make sure you get the rails. Same thing, 3 points contact. Okay, you've got the first side, the top, and then down here in the middle. Down here in the middle has the least amount of contact, and it hardly ever wears. But you want to make sure you have oil in there too. The main parts to watch out for to oil is this top side of the frame, the slide right here. It's got the most wear, showing me that it has the most contact. You also want to get your firing pin safety. This pushes in to release the firing pin. You've got a little piece of metal over here that rubs up against it, so you want to make sure that that's got a little bit of oil. Right here in the barrel lug recess, again, place oil here. You can see again, you can use the oil bottle, just put a drop in there, maybe rub it around with your finger, or use a Q-tip. Also, the barrel comes out here during the cycle of operations, so you want to get this whole area right inside here, the whole 360 degrees. Also, right here is where the where the hammer slides. So I like to make sure I've got a little bit of oil here and here. One place that needs to remain dry, clean but dry, is right here at your breech face. This is where your live round sits. If you have any oil in here, it's going to seep into the round, and it might cause misfire. In a self-defense situation, a self-defense handgun, that's a huge problem, so you don't want that, because you're going to have a live round sitting in there for months at a time. You don't want any oil in there. This needs to be dry. Take a dry Q-tip, dry patch, dry it off. On the barrel, what I do is take a drop of oil, place it on, rub it around. Again, from here to here, it's moving throughout the barrel. So you need to 360 degrees on the outside, keep that well lubed. Right here on both sides of the on the bottom, that's again where it rubs up here against the frame. Make sure there's a good amount of oil there. The feed ramp and around this top need to be dry. Take your dry Q-tip, make sure it's dry. No oil in this area. Down the bore needs to be dry. No oil in that area. It needs to be clean and dry. On the top of your barrel, you've got the barrel lugs. You need to make sure those are well lubed. And take the oil that was up here, get on your finger, and then just put a light coat around the exposed part of the barrel. The more you shoot your gun, the more you'll see wear marks. It's totally normal, totally fine. Make sure your recoil spring, even though it's plastic, make sure it's got a little bit of oil on it, just enough to keep it that wet look. It doesn't even need to be dripping. Make sure your slide release is nice and wet. You put the gun back together. Barrel, recoil spring, guide rod. Forgive me for my camera skills. Try and keep it all in frame here. Slide it back 1/4 inch. Pop it in. Of course, do a safety check or a function check. Wipe down the exterior. You can see all the glossy oil that I need to wipe off, and before I put it back into service. But that's real quick how you oil your pistol. Actually, it wasn't real quick. It was almost 8 minutes.